Hey guys, it's Sarah and I'm about to get started on a layout today, and this layout is a challenge layout that is going to be up on the Scrappy Surf channel, and I will leave a link to the Facebook group down below and also to the YouTube channel of the girl who runs it. She is running this really fun summer challenge that is going to be running from today, which is July 15th, and it's going to be going through the 26th. So you have that amount of time. If you guys want to play along, there are 12 challenges up, and you can make a layout for any of them that you want. You can make a layout for all of them if you want to, and each one is hosted by a different person. This one particular one is hosted by myself, and we have come up with challenges, and there is also prizes for each challenge that you guys decide to participate in. There's going to be one winner for each challenge. So obviously the more you participate, the more chances you have to win. So this is a lot of fun, and I'm really excited about it, and each challenge is different. So my personal challenge is called Follow That Sketch. So I picked a sketch which I will leave a picture in right here so you guys can see that, and it will also be in the Facebook group. There will be a picture of it on the challenge thread for this challenge, so you can take a look at it and play along if you want to. The prize for this particular challenge is going to be a discount code for any Victoria Marie class that you would like to take. She will provide a discount code for you so you can get a discounted price on that. So, like I said, you have till the 26th, and I highly encourage you guys to go and join the Facebook group and play along, and it's a lot of fun. You have until July 26th to play along, and yeah, so I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys my layout. It is live now. There have been one challenge released every hour, and mine is now live. So I wanted to show you this picture that I'm going to be scrapping today. This is a picture of myself and my daughter Kaylin, and she is holding a book that we are currently reading together. We are reading The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer, and both really, really liking it. We're actually almost done, and excited to read all the books in that series now. So I'm going to go ahead and scrap this picture, and I have pulled a ton of scraps that I am wanting to get through, and that's why I chose this sketch, because it's a really great way to get rid of some of your scraps, especially these longer strips and things like that. And so I pulled a bunch of those, and like these are all the scraps I'm going to be using to go across my layout here, and then I will use a couple circle punches to make the circular elements as well. And I picked some stamps that are both themed, one from Ellie's Studio and then one from Kelly Perky. These are all about books. And then I also have this little baggie of goodies that my friend Jamie made for me, and she sent my way because she knows I'm a big reader. And I have some alphabets, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started on my sketch. So like I said, if you guys want to join in on this fun, I highly encourage you to do it. I, again, have links down below to everything, but the way that you can play along and be entered to win is you have to join the Facebook group and post your layouts there in the challenge threads. And then on July 26th, winners will be picked for each challenge. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Please let me know down below if you guys are going to end up playing, and I can be on the lookout for your layouts over there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm pulling out my circle punches so that I have them ready to go, and the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get my strips ready. So I'm just going to layer them around here, just kind of loosely where I'm going to end up wanting them to go. And as you can see, they're not all the same size. Some of them are 12 inches, some of them are a little bit shorter, and so I'm just kind of trying to figure out exactly where I want them to go, and just kind of laying it out in a basic way. Now this here, this gray paper, I'm going to use as kind of a photo mat, along with that black kind of a herringbone type of pattern there. I'm going to use those both for my photo mat here instead of as strips across the layout. So I'm just going to go ahead and get those cut down so that I have those ready to go. And then I'm going to go ahead and start working on these strips. So what I need to do is I need to cut them down a little bit. So I don't want any of them to be a full 12 inches because I don't want them to go all the way to the edge. And that's how the sketch has it. They're a little bit shorter, they're overlapping, they're not all the same length. So I'm just trying to mimic the sketch as much as possible. So I'm cutting off all the branding strips and doing all that, and then just cutting off a little bit from each strip here. And the big thing is the branding strips. I just have to get those off because a few of them do still have the branding strips on them. And when I am done with that, I am going to ink the edges of all of them so that they become a bit more cohesive. And that black strip there with the stars on it, I'm going to end up taking that off. It's just a little bit too heavy for what I was looking for. I was really going for more of a monochromatic neutral type of look, and then, you know, just adding like a big bold black stars wasn't really what I was looking for. So I'm going to end up taking that one off. Okay, so I'm using some Distress ink from Tim Holtz, and I'm using the color Vintage Photo. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of all of them, so all the way around, because I'm not sure exactly how they're going to lay on top of each other, so I just want to make sure everything's covered. And I'll just do a couple here, and then I'll skip the rest of it, because it's a little tedious and a little boring. So, all right, so now they're all done, and I've taken the black off. And so those are ready to go. And I do want to go ahead and get my circles cut out as well. I have this little scrap of lined paper, and that's going to be where my journaling goes. And I'm using a 2-inch circle punch here. And then I'm going to use this one here that has kind of like book words or book print on it. And I'm going to use that. And then I will use my 1-inch hole punch, and I will punch a couple out of these just tinier little scraps of paper. And then I'm going to use my 3-inch hole punch and bring back this gray here that I'm using behind my photo as well, and that's where I'm going to do my title. And I am going to go ahead and ink all of these up too, and I end up inking absolutely every single piece of paper that I use on here just so that it's all cohesive. I'm using my little mini blending tool, which I love. And one more. I'm going to cut the branding strip off of this one, and I'm going to ink this one as well. I think that's an Amy Tangerine from a 6x6 paper pad, and it has little people on it holding hands. It's super cute. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well. Lots of inking, but it's fun to do when, you know, you're just watching a TV show or something, which I am watching right now. I'm trying to finish up Secrets and Lies, which is the season that was just on, and it's very, very good. I really like that show. I don't think they're going to renew it, but they had one season last year and then this one, and I'm just really enjoying it. It's one of those, like, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know who's telling the truth and who's lying, you know, that type of thing. So it's been really good so far. But that's what I'm watching while I'm doing this. All right, so I'm pretty sure I have everything inked up. Now I'm going to go ahead and start putting down my strips. Now, I'm going to stagger them a little bit. I'm going to cut a couple of them down a little bit more because I'm just kind of realizing I made them all a little bit too similar in size as I was starting to put them down. So you'll see me cut down a few here and there, just a little bit more. And I'm just going to do that with my scissors and then make sure I ink up the edges there. I'm going to stagger them a little bit. This one I'm going to cut a little bit so that it can go further across the layout, even though it's a shorter piece, but my picture is going to cover that up so you're not going to notice. This is another one. I believe I'm going to cut this one too. And so since there's going to be a gap, I'm going to put my journaling circle over that little space there, so you won't see it. Okay, so that is all set up. I'm going to go ahead and put these down as well. So I'm just really using a lot of my scraps up, which is super, super awesome. Go ahead and put my picture down, and I want both of those paper layers to show on both sides of the picture, so just had to put it over there. Okay, I like the way that looks. I'm going to go ahead and put down my circles, and I'm doing it very similar to what the sketch says, and I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling on this little lined piece here, and I'm just talking about how Kaylin and I both love to read, and one day she asked if we could start reading some books together, and I said absolutely. So this was the first one, well, it's actually the second one, I guess. We had started reading the Harry Potter series as well. We are waiting for book 3 to come out in the illustrated editions, and then we'll read that one, but we've read the first 2 together. And then this is the second kind of series we're getting into, and we're both really, really enjoying it. We're almost done with the first book, and we already have the second book, and I've ordered the third book as well. So we're going to collect that series and read it together. I want one more little circle down here because everywhere else has 2, so I'm going to go ahead and punch out a little 1 inch of this black herringbone. And then I can put that down there. I really like the way that those pop. Okay, and now I am going to cut out some letters from this Studio Calico alphabet paper, and it has like little book prints on them. And so I'm going to spell out the word read, and I'm going to fussy cut these letters out from that paper. And that's a very old Studio Calico paper. I don't even know what year it's from, but I still have it. So I'm going to leave the blue background in where it has like the insides of the letters. I'm not going to worry about trying to get those out. I'm just going to leave them in. And plus there's a little bit of blue in a couple of the papers there. So I'm just going to leave it in, and it's fine. But everything else I will go ahead and cut around. And yeah, I really like those. They're really cute. And I like it when you fussy cut them out like this because you can really kind of stack them up and layer them and make them work to where you need them to work. So I want them to fit inside the circle. I don't want it really hanging off or anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of layer them up a little bit. And I will go ahead and ink these as well. Since everything else is inked, I might as well do this too. And I'm just going to go ahead and get it done since I already have it in my head on what I want to do. This layout went together pretty quickly for me, actually, even though it's been a little bit of time since I've been at my scrap desk because I've been studying for the GRE a whole lot, but it felt good to get back to my desk. I can't wait to get back to it permanently. All right, I'm going to use these little alphabet stickers. And these are from Glitz, I believe. So it's a little alphabet sticker sheet. I'm just going to use these little white ones that are outlined in blue, and that helps bring out the blue that are in the other letters as well. So I'm using the word let's and together. So the full title will be Let's Read Together. Good way to use up some of these little tiny alphas that I have. All right, so I like the way that that's looking so far. And I'm going to bring in some stamps here in just a second. And I'm definitely looking at these circle stamps. And I'm going to use a couple of them. So one of them, this one here says story time, and it fits nicely on these little circles that I had stamped. And I used black ink. I probably could have used a brown, but the only brown inks I have are distress inks, and they don't stamp very crisply, so I don't think they would have come out all that well. So I just used black, and plus I have black in the herringbone, so I guess it's all right. But I'm going to use another one here, and I don't remember exactly what it says. I think it says read this or something like that. I have like little fuzzies on my stamps right now, so that I'm trying to get them off. Yeah, read this. So I'm going to put that one up there. And then I think I'm going to do another one that says favorite. And I'm going to put that right next to my picture. Sorry for my head. And then I'm going to use this little star that's on this one as well, and I'm just going to stamp a couple little stars here and there. No rhyme or reason, just kind of wherever. Doing them in twos. And then after that, I think that I'm done. So I'm looking at it and I think I'm done. And then I actually leave and go take my pictures and I'm getting it all ready. And then I realize I forgot to bring out these little baggies, things that Jamie made me, and I knew I wanted to use a couple of them. So I'm showing you here what I'm doing. I'm only going to put 2 other things on here, but they're not going to be in the close-ups that are coming up here in just a second. But I wanted to make sure you saw them because I did put them on my layout. So I have this little kind of flare badgy thing that is an open book and it's in gray, so it's great for the tones. And then this little banner that says currently reading. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the currently reading overlapping the picture. And then I'm going to put this little flare badge over on the side here. And again, you won't see those in the close-ups, but they are on my layout. So yay! Sorry about that. And yeah, that is going to be it. So I am going to have close-ups here. I'll have the sketch again at the end. And please come on over to the Facebook group and join us and play along so you can be entered to win some prizes. There's some really great prizes going on over there right now. And I really hope you guys come on over and join us. It's a lot of fun. All right, I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.